Hello, welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today we continue the journey in learning strokes. And before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, in the previous videos, we have seen how to use the 4 sequencer channel, which control channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. Today we're going to have a look at the accent channel. Let me start saying that it is similar in terms of controls to the other 4 channels. So for example, the first one here allows you to decide the number of steps, okay? The second one is for the looping. The third one is for the shifting. And the fourth one, of course, is for the Euclidean mode. So let's increase the steps like so. And of course, you can go to step mode and decide to actually use step to define the steps yourself. Okay, so how does it work? What are the differences? Well, the differences are that this channel is actually used to control the accent or velocity of the other channels when there are notes playing. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go for the channel number 1 and let's insert like 8 steps, like so, using the Euclidean mode. Let's set voices in analog mode for the first channel, and we increase the square settings here. We go back to the sequencer view, and we click play. Pretty standard, we have seen that in the previous tutorial. Now, the reason that you hear the note is because on the accent channel, which is on, by the way, there are no steps defined, which means when there are no steps defined, you have black or empty steps. And if you look on the right side, you have these black drum symbol, which says play with velocity 96. So if I was to turn this down, click and hold and move this down to 0, and I click play, you will not hear anything. And the reason is because although you have steps which are active on channel 1, you have all empty steps here on the accent channel, which is also active, okay? And when it is active with no step, it's playing the steps with velocity defined here as 0. Now, if I was to insert, for example, here a step here, and activated it, you will hear the sound on this step number 1, and that will be played at velocity defined by these setting here, okay, when you have this white drum, and you can of course verify it. And you can hear it that I was decreasing the velocity. Now, the next setting is a bit of shuffling, which is actually quite nice. So let's go in Euclidean mode and let's define some steps. Like so, I just turned off or muting the first channel so that you can hear me better. And now pay attention to what happens when I increase the value on the shuffle, and which goes from 0 to 100. You hear, of course, that even better if I increase the number of steps to 16th, like so, and let's play again. Okay, hopefully you heard the difference on the shuffling. Okay, also remember that you have here the on-off button. When it is off, it will play at a velocity defined by the black drum symbol. So let's turn this off. And you can hear is using a low velocity, which is set here for the dark drum symbol. That is why a moment ago I also changed it up. You can also invert. So when, and to show you that, let me get some steps in here. Perhaps only 2, like so. And let's ensure that we have 0 here for the black steps or empty steps. Now let's invert. Now the reason it works is because it has inverted the plane of velocity between the dark drum symbol and the white drum symbol. So it's almost reverting the velocity, okay? And of course it is done a reversing of the step from a visual perspective as well. So hopefully that makes sense. So at the moment on these 2 steps is playing with a different velocity. It's playing with velocity here, 127. And when I invert it back, those 2 steps will be a velocity 0, right? While the others become a velocity 127. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Of course, you can use that for multiple channels, and therefore you can enrich the type of pattern and rhythm that you create throughout all the other channels in this sequencer. Okay, see you next time. Thank you. Bye.